Hey everyone, I'm Kathryn Kellogg. Welcome back to the Going Zero Waste YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk all about how I quit coffee. So I was never a really big coffee drinker. I never really drank coffee in college. I had it a handful of times, and every time I drank it, I would be super anxious, super jittery. I wouldn't go to sleep until 5 o'clock in the morning. It just kept me up, and I just never really drank it. And then I started working full-time and performing full-time. So I started working at an office, and then as soon as 5 o'clock hit, I would leave, I would go home, I would go to rehearsal, and then I would be doing shows. And whenever I was working that much, I was just super exhausted and tired. So I started drinking coffee, and our office had a really nice espresso machine, and so you could brew like different levels of coffee. You had like an espresso, an Americano, and then a just regular cup of coffee. And so I thought it was like this different size of coffee that you wanted, so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna start out with like a really small coffee. And little did I know I was just like drinking straight espresso. And eventually that grew from that cup to a larger cup, and then I went from 1 cup a day to 3 cups a day. And then if I didn't have my cup at a certain time, I would start getting headaches. And I was talking to a friend, telling her about these headaches I was experiencing, and she was asking me about my coffee, and I realized I was having withdrawals from caffeine. I was addicted to caffeine, and I just really did not want to be addicted to anything. And I deal with dehydration. I just get dehydrated so incredibly easily. I drink almost a gallon of water a day, and somehow I'm still thirsty. My body is just thirsty all the time. So drinking a lot of caffeine probably isn't the super greatest idea for me. So if you're looking to quit coffee, the first thing I recommend doing is figuring out why you're drinking coffee, because I find that coffee and caffeine is often something that we use to mask the symptoms for the real problem. So for me, I was drinking coffee because, of course, I was tired, number one. I liked the ritual of drinking coffee. I liked being able to take a little bit of time out of my day. I liked standing by the coffee machine. I liked getting to have interactions with people. The other thing I really liked drinking something warm. It's just like so cozy to like sit in a nice space, especially if you've been like, you're working really hard and all you want to do is just like kind of sink into this nice cup, and you have like a moment of peace and quiet. And then the last reason was it was just really comforting. It was just really comfortable, and yeah, I just really liked all of those things. And so then I started finding ways that I could address all of the reasons why I liked coffee, or what coffee did for me that didn't involve having coffee. So the third thing that I would recommend after you've analyzed all that is in making a plan. So if I was tired, then the next thing that I could do instead of relying on coffee is to get more sleep. So I started prioritizing sleep more and really made a priority of my day to wind down and make sure that I was spending the appropriate amount of time getting myself ready for going to bed. And what I learned after quitting coffee was that my sleep improved vastly. Caffeine was actually making me really jittery. It was really keeping me up at night. And by removing coffee, I was able to get a better night's sleep, which allowed me to not need coffee. Crazy how that works. The second thing was, instead of using coffee as my break and using my coffee to decompress, I would instead leave the office and go on a walk. So I'd walk for 10 minutes, or if it was my lunch break, I'd walk for 30 minutes, and I was spending more time outside. And it was just really nice because it was a way to infuse energy into the day. It was a way to infuse movement into the day. And the fact that I was being more active and walking around also resulted in me having a better night's sleep. Yay. And then the third thing I did, since I really liked the comfort and I really liked the ritual, was I just started taking coffee breaks, but without actually drinking coffee. And so sometimes I would just drink like a really warm cup of water or make tea. And originally I swapped coffee for matcha because matcha has the same level of caffeine as coffee, but without the crash. But I noticed that even drinking that much matcha wasn't super great for my skin either. So I still drink matcha as a treat, but I definitely focus more on herbal teas more than anything else. And I just find that it really fills that void that I was looking for, of something warm to sip. I'm sleeping better. I have cleared up so much of my skin congestion because I really struggled a lot with skin congestion, which had to deal with me being dehydrated because I wasn't, even though I was drinking a ton of water, it's just the way my body works. And so it was resulting in a lot of that. It helped to balance out my hormones, and I'll leave some more resources for that down below. And it helped to reduce my anxiety, it reduced my stress, and I was able to get a much better night's sleep. So I would definitely recommend at least testing or challenging yourself to cut out coffee and to see what your results might be. I think doing it for 6 weeks would be a lot of fun, maybe. I decided to cut coffee when I was in the middle, I guess around this time last year is when I decided to take coffee out of my diet. And I used to give myself like a treat cup on Saturdays, but then I cut the treat cup as well, and I've just noticed vast improvements with my skin. I'm gonna link a couple of my favorite teas. There's an herbal coffee blend that I really like that hits really similar notes to coffee. And so if you are looking for kind of a way to sub, that might be a nice treat, since I personally really like the taste of coffee. Anyways, I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Would you consider giving up coffee or giving that a go? Let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're looking to quit coffee, I really hope that you found it helpful. Press that thumbs up button or press the subscribe button to be notified when new videos are coming out. All right, well, I will see you guys next week with a new video.